What's the deal, y'all?
What's up, y'all? I am Renee Jordan.
It's your girl Juju.
And welcome back to Call It Crazy. What we getting into today?
So today we doing, this one's more like generalized. We kind of gonna get into Call It Crazy. This episode gonna be Call It Crazy because we gonna
explain the meaning and our intentions behind this entire platform.
Yeah, and not only that, because we did drop our last video. If y'all haven't tuned into that, make sure y'all go tap into that. Run them views up. But we
share,
did
please.
And share. We did get some feedback or whatever. So this is an open platform. We are not against any opinions. We're not saying that your opinion's wrong, our opinion's right. This is but the whole point of Call It Crazy.
It's to spark a conversation.
That the conversations that people don't want to have. And whether y'all like it or not, the truth is the truth.
And it's not changing.
And it's not changing. And that's another thing too. Also my truth is my truth. Meaning when I tell my story, can't nobody come behind me and say something about my story because that's my story. I get people have opinions or whatever, but this is my life. And
you believe what you believe.
Yeah.
I believe what I believe.
And that's
it's
literally
it's open up. But the thing is, we are open for discussion.
Yeah, we're not. We're gonna jump right into it. So let's
start from the beginning as to why we're calling it Call It Crazy.
Okay. So obviously our channel.
From the beginning, because people don't know how long ago did this come about. It's not recent.
Oh, when I was it was literally the conversation of when this started. It was my due date, October 29th, 2022.
A year ago. Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. She's almost due.
2022.
Yes. It was my due date. I was sitting in an apartment.
But in the year 22?
Yes, I was sitting in that apartment. It was on my due date. Cree was due October.
No, I remember that, but I just didn't know it was 22.
Yes.
Oh, because the next year happened, right?
Yes.
3 months after that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was October. I'll never forget. Like I said, it was my due date. It was my baby was due October 29th, 2022. And we were sitting. It was very, very late conversation. We were like, all right, we gonna do it. It's time. Whatever. We're gonna order the sign. We're gonna get the grass wall. And it just the timing truly wasn't.
I just always knew that our conversations needed to be out there.
Yeah, like people, the way that we have conversations and the way that we speak, especially like with us and our friends or like our circles or whatever, everybody needs to be engaged in these type of
and just to hear the dialect. Like you don't have to agree.
Yeah.
You don't have to stand by it. You don't have to change your beliefs, but just to open up the community to the conversation.
I mean, because let's be real. Y'all may not like some of the stuff that we say,
but you know it's the truth.
But you know it's the truth. And the difference is with me, like I said, I have experienced certain things, so I'm not afraid to admit like my faults or like, I messed up right there, or the lessons that I learned, because that's truly how you learn in life. It's literally experience.
And honestly, for me, I feel like we always would say that we wanted a big sister. So I feel like now that we're older, for the ones who don't have big sisters, because there are some things that I wish that I had a big sister to tell me.
Literally, it's something that your auntie can't give you, your mom can't give you. Right. The comfortability level is just different.
You're not gonna tell your mama everything. You're not gonna tell your auntie everything, but your big sis,
she gonna know it all.
Yeah, and then the embarrassing stuff or the stuff that you're afraid to ask or the questions that you're afraid to ask, you're more comfortable asking a big sis. So the thing that we always wanted, we always said was a big sis. So
and it's like we twins, so like we kind of. I mean, we different people, obviously, but so we have our own path, but we learn it as we go, both of us. Yeah. So it's not like a big, it's like we're asked to where you could go to big sis. Hey, big sis, when this happened and this happened, what happened with that? What you do?
Right.
Or what would you do with this? Or what would you, and you feel like not only good advice, but like sound advice, somebody that you could ask that that's not going to say some BS.
And that's relatable because that they've been through it too. Or they're going through it too. Or like we're not exempt from experiences and life happening to us.
Not at all.
Like anything.
Life be happening like crazy to us.
And that's the thing that people I feel like don't realize is they think that just because you speak on something and you have a strong opinion on something that you're exempt to it. No, I've been through certain things and this is why I'm speaking on it.
Or I'm going through it right now.
Yeah, because I wish I had somebody in that moment to tell me, or I wish I had somebody in that moment to encourage me. And it's just like, when you get to a certain level, especially when you're doing this whole social media thing, there is a responsibility that comes with influence.
You're on a platform. Now you're putting all this out there, so you're responsible for what not what happens, but
the impact that follows it.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not in the business of putting out no BS. If somebody gonna watch me, you gonna think I'm funny because I am funny. You're gonna take away something from it. Or she said whatever, and it's like.
But moral of the story, don't do that shit.
Yes, like at the end of the day, like we laugh, we joke,
It's real.
But it's real, and it's real life. real life stuff that happens, and life happens to everybody.
The big sis that we wish we had.
Period. That's yeah.
Really, it's really.
That's what Call It Crazy is. We just a big sis, y'all. Like, and even we might be little sis to some of y'all.
I know, yeah.
We might be little,
but we still gonna be talking that real talk.
For
so
real.
It's like the stuff that your big sis should have said.
Yeah, fact.
Like,
and it's the Call It Crazy comes from is like we said. I think I said at the end of our previous video, the majority of our opinions are opposing.
Like, y'all crazy.
To what society believes. The majority of what we believe is not what these people are out here doing, or not what's in these memes,
right.
or not what's on social media.
Yeah. Or even what you seen in your household.
Yes, because that's the thing too. It's like it's not what you grew up on. It's a whole lot of healthiness around here,
right.
For real. Like
right. We funny, we laugh, we joke, we make our comments. We're slick at the mouth, but at the end of the day, we really do come from. We're fortunate. We really do come from a good upbringing.
No, for real.
Even with all the trials and tribulations, and everything that came with that.
We had a very good life. A very good life.
We come from good.
But that don't mean we also didn't experience things as well.
We've had a good mix of both.
Like. We had a good mix of both, and a lot of people I think get that misconstrued too. It's like,
but that's why y'all relate to us. We a little ghetto and we a little bougie. Why? Because we grew up both.
Literally. Both. When I tell you, it's both of them.
Both of them.
With a capital B. I wouldn't change it for the world, because I could go to the White House to the Trap House.
Yeah. Like and I know from being a DJ, I get love from the office to the trap and everything in between. And I'm not exaggerating. That's really how it goes. And I think it intrigues people because it's like, well, how do you know how to blend in with them? How do you know how to blend in with them? It's just like, because
my whole life.
That's what we do.
Like it's literally like we've been
to a million
schools. We've been to a million different cities. We've moved a lot. Like it's, we've had.
But it makes us so well rounded.
It does. And like I said, I'm not saying it in a negative way. I wouldn't change it because it makes me the woman that I am. Yeah. Like, but that's why, when it comes to Call It Crazy or whatever like that, it's like, we're not saying nothing to offend nobody. We're not saying anything to try to hurt anybody's feelings or make y'all feel away, but if you feel convicted, that's on you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like if it's not meant to be a derogatory thing to where people feel so. I know people are gonna feel offended because people get offended by the truth.
Right.
But it's like it's not meant for you to hate us, which I don't care if you do.
And
but it's
keep
not.
in mind, there is a difference. Please understand, there is a difference between conviction and condemnation.
Man.
I'm not condemning you for anything you've ever done.
Right.
We've all experienced life. Again, this
That's
is
how
why
we learn,
have this platform, because from our experiences, like if things we would have been told, we would have moved differently.
Exactly.
Right? So it's not to condemn anybody, but if you feel convicted by it, then that's on you. Then that's God telling you that's a sign.
Something different.
Like, it is what it is. But again, we are not here to condemn anybody.
Ain't nobody judging. Like, quite frankly, I don't care.
Because I'm
not saying like that, but like I really don't like. You know how
I know my heart is pure.
Yeah, and it's like I genuinely only focus on myself. I don't see nobody but me and my child. Like right now, that's so like to even think that somebody could be. You can never think that I'm not a subber. You could never think that I'm subbing you. You could never think.
I was just thinking that because the whole like jealousy thing.
Even that gets tricky too because it's like I don't believe people are jealous of me.
Me either. I don't walk around thinking that in my head. So it's hard for me to
when people say that because like
people
have said, "Oh, this jealousy." No, I don't believe that.
Because I don't walk around thinking that people are jealous of me because I feel like truthfully everybody has something inside of them that God put inside of them. Yeah. It's up to you to do the work to bring it out. But it's like everybody has something. So I don't walk around thinking I'm better than this person or I'm better than that person. It's just like I just know who I am.
And I'm very confident in who I am.
Yeah.
It took forever to get here. So it's like, of course I'm going to be confident
and I'm still growing.
Literally. And it's only going to get more confident and more confident and more confident.
More bad and more bad.
Yes, and they're going to be more bad and more bad. But see, it's just like, everybody has their journey. And like I said, I'm not turning back for nothing. I went from not being able to say nothing to now it all comes out. And it's like.
Now it's finding the balance.
Now I got to find the balance or what it is. But it's like, I'm not going back to being tongue-tied. I'm not doing that. Like that's, and I appreciate it about myself now. I need to find the balance because it almost gives no filter. But it's like, I'd rather it be this point right now, the no filter, than the whole, well, I'm not saying anything. I have an opinion about everything. Right. But it's like, I'm not saying anything because I can't. Yeah, I'm not speaking it out loud. Like, no, I'm just getting super comfortable with myself and y'all are not going to change that.
Right, because I've come too far. It took too much work to get here. So to think that somebody's opinion, and that's really what God wants us, the point that God wants us to get to anyway. You need to be unmovable and unshakable, meaning no matter what words are said, what opinions are made, who's subbing here, who's subbing there. It's not shifting how I feel. I said what I said.
But that just goes back to like what I was saying in the beginning. So our last video, of course, we got mixed reviews. And it's more so like, this is what I think I want people to understand, or like what I feel like we could convey a little bit better. I 110% believe in marriage before kids. That's not changing. Like, that's not gonna.
That's giving. I said what I said.
Yeah, I said what I said. That's that. However, I look at, this is just my personal point of view. When I look at things, I look at them as like what I would tell. I have a daughter. What I would tell my daughter. And so for my people, especially with daughters, right? Would y'all encourage them to be having babies out of wedlock? Would y'all encourage your daughters to go just willy-nilly get pregnant, and then, of course, you're going to support them and whatever happens? That's not what I'm saying.
Rolling with the punches.
You're rolling with the punches. But if you can prevent it from happening to begin with,
and lace them with the game and tools necessary.
Wouldn't you? Especially for my people with girls. That's
so
the thing
it's like
about
we're sparking the conversation
That's
for you
all
to
that
think
we're
differently.
Saying. All that we're
Put
saying.
the thought in your head.
Yes. All that we're saying is, no matter what stage you're at right now, there can be different. You can do different. Like, it can be different.
Right.
Literally.
You have choices. We all have choices.
Yes,
God gave us all free will. It's a blessing and a curse. It's free will. Mm-hmm. You can make the decision and the choice to do anything you want to do. But it's like, and that's the thing. It's like, because people grow up differently, they're not, the conversations maybe aren't as frequent in their household or frequent
they're not at all.
Yeah, so it's like you don't know anything different than what you saw growing up. And it's like, that's what we're here to try to like think something. Once you know better, you do better.
Y'all, that's why I say it's like, I have a child out of wedlock. I do. Me. I do. And like I said, I don't change my standpoint. I'm not doing it again. Yeah. And I'm not encouraging my daughter to do that. I'm going to encourage her to, like I said, find and even if, that's a whole nother conversation in itself, because, his husband's that cheating, and there are.
We're going to get to that.
We are. But my point in saying that is, like I said, I'm not encouraging my daughter to have kids out of marriage. I mean, kids out of marriage, out of wedlock. I'm not doing that. And I don't think any of y'all would either. Let's be real.
It's your job to guide her in the right direction.
Let's be real.
Despite your mistakes, and despite the things you've done, I'm still trying to guide you in the right direction.
And that doesn't, like I said, stuff happens. And I would hope my daughter find her husband first. But even if she don't, we're gonna roll with it all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not disowning. I wouldn't, like, you know what I mean. I'm saying, I'm encouraging my daughter to do better. And I'm always going to do that. And anybody else's daughter. Like, I'm always, it ain't not just mine. My nieces, my
little homegirls.
If I run into your daughter, if I'm talking to your daughter, it's never gonna be no. I'm gonna encourage you to do better, period. And doing better, I'm sorry, having kids out of wedlock ain't doing better. It's not. That's not. I can promise you firsthand, I deal with the stuff every day. I'm never gonna encourage her for this lifestyle. I'm not. Never gonna do that. So when it comes, I swear it comes from the best place. Like, I feel like people think we was coming for them or something.
It's like we're just direct.
Oh, maybe. But that's very directly like
by that.
Oh, well.
That's your problem.
It is, because honestly, truthfully, like I said, I stand on what I said.
I said what I said.
And like I said, even for the people who have their opinions, would you encourage your daughter to have kids out of wedlock? Would you encourage your daughter to go find a random ass nigga to have kids with?
My thing is,
no.
Before anything, kids are emulators, right? You can tell them all day long, don't do this.
They gonna do what they see.
This is why they're doing what they see. So it's just like, and you as an adult have to take accountability and be like, is this the life I really want?
Facts. Like that. That's a great example. A great. You know the freak I mean. If I sit up here, right, and I'm letting all these men come in and out, I'm dating this, dating that, but I'm telling her, no. You don't do this. You find this, find that. How is my daughter going, man, my mama just be talking. Man.
Because what's that saying? Do as I do, not as I say. Cancel that. They're doing what you do. They're doing what you do. Not what you say.
And not what you say, literally.
Because, yeah.
That's why it's so important. That's why the synopsis of the last video is you just have to be an example for your kids. And that's men and women. It doesn't matter as an adult. For the men. The way you treat women, your daughters see that. Your men see that too. Your sons see that. So they're going to grow up and do the same thing.
And you know that good old, you know what they say.
What?
How you treat women is how your daughter will be treated.
Facts. That's why My daughter will always be treated like a princess, because guess what? When she go out into this world and you're looking for men, you know to accept nothing other than princess treatment from the beginning. Not like I had to learn this because my heart got broken and this and this and that. No, I seen my mama. This is what my daughter gonna be able to say. I seen my mama wait. She was single for a long time. However it play out, because I don't know how God gonna bring with my husband, and I'm not sure at what age that's gonna come with for her or whatever that comes with. But what she'll be able to say is, my mama didn't have a whole bunch of men around me. My mama wasn't doing this. My mama wasn't doing that. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Mm-hmm. So she'll know as she grows into a young woman, it's even certain stuff she won't even have to question because she's known it for such a young age. That's not how a man treats a woman. Right. Period. Like, and truly that's what it is. These kids love us like their parents, like no other. And they look up to you like, of course they do, right?
And
you're their parent. They're looking at you for everything. That's why when they get in trouble and they do something, what they do, they always look back at who?
Or when they get hurt.
What they do, they always look at their parent. Whoever they turn back, they always gonna look at you for that reassurance that, let me see how my mama reacted, or let me see how my daddy reacted. Like, they're looking at you. It's that deep. Mm-hmm. So when I say what I say, that's why. I always look at it from that perspective. Like, I'm gonna be the best example I can for my daughter, period. No ifs, ands. I don't care who like it and who don't like it.
And that's why I've always stood 10 toes on, like in my lyrics, I said, because these kids is watching. Better say sorry. That's the healthy logic. Because these kids are watching.
And aren't y'all tired of the way these kids is growing up with no type of nothing no more? No morals, no respect, no nothing.
Breed. These kids is watching.
Pow, 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 pow. Is that what it is? I just like that one part.
Right. But we both know that's your tagline.
Well, bow, 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 bow. Mm-hmm. Anyway. So what? Because that.
But we are allowed to have emotions and feelings too. Like, we are a human at the end of the day.
And let's be real, morally, it's at the end of the day, you just want your kids. I think we all want our kids to be better than us, but I truly want that for mine. Like, even with me, I think I'm a great person, and I think I think I have a great heart. It's pure, but I do think obviously there's room for improvement.
Yeah, nobody's perfect.
No, I'm not saying I'm a great person, but I'm not perfect at all, and we ain't on no pedestal. We ain't on no. A lot of people like to put us on pedestals for some reason. We ain't on no. I don't know more than you, or crazy. I don't.
Especially like with the whole God thing, and it's just like, bro, I love the Lord with
this
all
is my journey.
Heart,
yes,
but I'm not perfect.
Yes, and I'm not judging you for where you're at with it either. We're not. Nobody's saying like, y'all need to all be like the way we are.
But the thing is, like, once you become informed and you have that wisdom, it's your job and your responsibility to pass it down and to relay the message.
It is.
Because somebody else may not know. So it's like, it's at that point, once God gives you that wisdom and it's your responsibility. We're all put here to expand the kingdom. And it's just like, I feel like this is maybe a different topic, but church has made it seem like it's supposed to look one way.
Yeah.
Like, because you follow Christ.
How do they call that? What is it? Religion and what? They say that religion is, what is it? But it's two. It's like something is the church, what the outside world views it, and what is it? Religion and relationship. Which one is it?
Oh, there's a difference between
religion and relationship. Yeah, sure. That's what it is.
Yeah. But it's just like because we've all I feel like grown up like that.
Yeah.
We've seen church people mm-hmm. look one way.
Or appear to look one way.
Appear to look one way. But then it's like, in reality, just because I have God in my heart, don't get it twisted. I love the Lord with all of my heart. But I'm not out here playing with people. No. I still have a personality. Mm-hmm. I still am me. I still am who I am. And that's what makes us who we are. Mm-hmm. Us being different and our individualism. Yeah. It's like us, the whole world.
Everybody shouldn't all want to be like each other. Y'all shouldn't all want to be the same anyway. God literally created us each handcrafted each one of us.
Literally. And the crazy part about it is the way society has made it seem, because that's a different story for a different day.
You know what? The BBLs. Bro, I was just about to say that.
But it's just
let me speak on this.
I didn't want to get to that part. But let me say what I gotta say. Yeah, hold on. Then say that.
Oh, okay.
So, the whole BBL and surgery thing. All y'all look the same.
Yeah.
We were all created to be individuals and different. And
all
y'all look, and keep in mind, y'all all got the same personality too.
Yeah,
y'all are taking away every little piece of specialness that God gave you. Y'all extracting it with the surgeries and with the dualness. And it's just like, but now say what you was gonna say, because I know where you're going.
So, the whole individuality thing. We have wanted, before the BBL became a thing.
Ask anybody around.
Ask anybody since the 6th grade. 12 years old. Because what you know at 12 years old about BBL. We did. Since the 6th grade, we said we was getting our body done. Like, when I
didn't let people walk behind me in high school going up the stairs. I didn't like it.
Still don't do that. Yeah. You know, like, it's a thing. It's a real thing, and that's what surgery was originally created for anyway. If you really hated something about yourself, to cosmetically fix what you didn't like. But because y'all done made this BBL thing a thing, I can't even fix. I don't want it no more either. I'm completely turned off of it. I don't want it no more either. But I gotta just walk around with this damn insecurity for the rest of my life.
But that's the thing I will say, and I'm proud of that now.
What? You've grown past that? I'm not either. It's definitely, my insecurity is not as nearly as bad as it was, for sure. But I still, of course, we all got insecurities. I still don't like it. I want me a little, you know, like, just no matter what. At the end of the day, I don't want the surgery no more, and I probably more than likely won't do it or whatever, but that doesn't change the fact I'm gonna try these squats and we'll see how that goes for
But even still with that, I will say, like, I don't know if it's just because, you know, they say someone clicks at 25. I don't know if it's because of that thing or, like, just, like, what the work that God has been doing within me, but I truthfully don't see my body as I used to. I'm kind of, when I look at it, like, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, like.
I don't, and that's, like I said, I don't know if that's I don't know, like I said, if you, like you said, I don't know if it's 25 thing or it's becoming more comfortable within yourself thing. Probably all of it. It's probably all of it together. I don't want the surgery no more. I don't. I'm not going to go have it. I'm not going to do that. Who am I to think that I said I'm going to do some squats, and I do squats every single day. So in a year, y'all will see what happens. But that was never me. I don't squats. Who's doing that? Yeah, but I have a completely, me too. I'm still very anti-gym, but I do squats at home.
I'm anti a crowded gym. If I can go in there and do what I want.
Well, yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just like
people.
Didn't they be hogging on the machine?
Yeah, like, I'm trying to do squats. I only
want to do squats. You be like, I'm super skinny. You be like, I'm already super skinny. I don't need to do no cardio. I don't need to do anything else but squats. You be like, move and give me a little 10-pound dumbbell. Move.
And get out the mirror.
Right. You be like, dude. Anyways, we digress. But that was the whole point of bringing up the surgery thing. Since before this became a thing, before BBLs even became a thing, we all asked any of our closest friends, our family.
They gave me a check at my graduation party to get my body done.
Literally, because it's been a thing. Like, that's been a thing our entire lives, damn near. But my point in saying that is, it's like, it's crazy how, like, you grow. Like, you not you live and you learn, because I didn't live through that to learn it. You know, to learn that one, I learned that one through, thank God it came from God and, like, confidence within myself and all that.
Working on the inside of you.
Yeah, because when God starts working on the inside, it exudes through you, and it exudes on the outside.
And that's how He works. He works through the inside first before you ever see anything externally.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's the beauty of it, and I'm, like, so grateful for that, because everybody knows I was very, very, very adamant on
that. Was a thing,
especially because the rapper thing. Like, well, that's not why I wanted the surgery, but I knew it would help. Yeah. Like, I knew it would help with my self-confidence and, like, how I felt in music videos. Like, I knew that would help. But, like, once I got to a certain point where it's like God had done that work on the inside of me, I was like, you know, I'm kind of cool with that surgery.
And then I want to speak on that, too. It's like, as far as the surgery, everybody, like, it had nothing to do with a man, ever. No shade. I mean, no, not even on no cocky stuff. We don't need BBLs to get men.
No.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
They come with these faces, and then when we open our mouths, they're locked in for life.
Yeah. So it's like, it was never about, because a lot of people, you don't need that. A man. It almost offended me when people would say that.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that. That's how you feel. No,
like,
that's projection. That's how they felt.
I'm like, I swear I would get so offended. I'm like, the fact that you think I want my booty done for a man is crazy when I can get 1,000 of them without it.
Just from my face alone.
Just
But and then the personality is like overkill.
Yeah, and that's not even being like, not even on no cocky stuff, but it's like, I swear I would get so offended, because it's like, why are y'all to think that you think I want this, I'm gonna go risk my life for a man is crazy. What?
Anyways, let's get back to what were we even saying?
We're saying why we call it the crazy. That's how that got brought up, because like I said, we got mixed reviews on the last video.
Oh yeah.
So people,
but we appreciate them all.
Yeah, no, come on, everybody, drop that opinion.
We are here to spark the conversation.
Yeah, we not. And some of y'all, some of the stuff that people be saying, I can see it's right in your own way. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's
because
right
of their experiences.
Yes, it's right because of your experiences. So I get that. But my whole point in saying that is, it's like, because that was one of the opinions on the last video. Even married men do dirt, and they do. That's absolutely 100 different. We ain't gonna get into that because I know there's a whole. I know that you could go to a whole.
Go say what you gotta say about that.
So yeah, so on the last video, some men who feel like or just people in general felt like being married doesn't.
People glamorize marriage, knowing that they be cheating stuff.
Yes, that like, oh, you guys are saying be married before you have kids, but there's still men in marriages who do dirt, or women too who do dirt, and that being married doesn't mean you're getting saved from anything, which is true. That is true. There are people in marriages who do what they do, and whatever the case is, that's not what we're saying. Obviously, I'm not talking about go marry a sleazeball and have kids by him. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, what we're saying is, nobody who wants to willingly sign up to be a single parent. And when you have kids out of wedlock, that is what you're doing 90% of the time. Because let's all raise our hands. Who's with our first kid's parent? The baby daddy or baby mama? Raise your hand. Anybody?
Well, wait.
Anybody? Is there anybody who's with their first kid? So your son or your daughter, the first one that you had, right?
And statistically, I'm pretty sure the numbers would reflect.
They're extremely low. I'm sure that. So that's what that was my point in saying that. Let's be, and me included. So I'm not.
Nobody's exempt from
Nobody's
anything.
exempt. I'm not with my child's father. Who is somebody? Please, anybody. Before, so if, and in 9 times out of 10, if they are still together, it's because they were married. Right. Like, let's be real. That's the only thing that we're saying. Nobody's saying that just because you're married, you're exempt from hurt. No, that does not mean that. But you're a lot better off. You're starting a step ahead of the game. It's more of a commitment. You're a unit. You're a family. And when you work those things out before you have kids, life goes so much smoother. Because like I said, kids, they don't ruin anything, but they change everything. So if your foundation ain't right, meaning like that relationship ain't what it needs to be, marriage wise, meaning you have the ultimate commitment from both of you guys before you bring kids in, it's doomed. Period. Y'all may not want to admit it or not. 99.9% of them relationships do not work.
You don't become triggered when it doesn't relate to you.
Well, then be triggered. Cause the shit, I get what y'all saying. I hear you.
But you're triggered.
I hear you.
You're triggered.
But like I said, especially for my people with kids, daughters at that, what would you tell your daughter? Would you tell her to do the same shit you did? Or the same shit her mama did? I'll wait.
And then, okay, so if we're going to get into it for real, let's talk about marriage. Because they have, what's everybody's favorite saying? Like, oh, the married ones are the worst. The married ones are the worst. Let's be real. 9 times out of 10, if a man is cheating within his marriage, he's probably cheating prior to the marriage. Don't marry him.
Yep.
If a man, and I heard pastors say this, so this might be, a lot of people think it differently, but 9 times, I know the whole world lives like this, and this is where that scripture comes in. We are to be in this world and not of it. Because they say, if you're fornicating before marriage,
meaning having sex before marriage,
you're practicing to be an adulterer. So if you can't control yourself before you get married, you can't stop sleeping with women. Even the women you end up marrying, y'all can't stop sleeping together. Y'all can't stop having sex. 9 times out of 10, when you get married, you're not gonna gain that self-control.
Yeah,
it's not there.
Yeah,
because marriage doesn't change anything. Like it
just
amplifies.
Factors, it gets harder.
It amplifies.
It's harder.
So hard it's just like that's starting right there, right? And then let's really get into as far as the spiritual side of marriage. Marriage is a covenant, not a contract. People love to say marriage ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Marriage ain't nothing but a business contract. No, it's not. It's a covenant between you and God. And it's not even your marriage. It's God's marriage. So it's just like for people to always say, well, the married ones are the worst. Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, neither one of y'all had the foundation to be getting married anyway.
Right.
Y'all don't need to be married.
That's what it is, though. People have, I guess they're so caught up in their idea
of what marriage is. But hold on, because the thing is, people got to understand, marriage is a God concept. A God concept, meaning God created it, not the government, not your grandma, not your grandpa, not whoever else. Is a God concept. Therefore, you need God for it to be successful. A lot of people are hopping into marriages without God and expecting it to work, or they're wondering why so many things are going wrong because your marriage is not based in the Lord. Like you want His concept to work for you, but you're not living under His provision. Like it's just like, so what do you expect to happen?
It's a big old contradiction.
That's why you have people cheating in marriages. Because 9 times out of 10, when they get married, their foundation is not the Lord. Their marriage is not based in the Lord. Not to mention, marriage is not, you don't hop into marriage. A lot of people don't know this because of what society makes it look like. I'm not going to lie, because I used to fall victim to this too. the rom-coms, the movies, the
music.
Yeah,
what's in the movie?
Marriage is not about
hard.
love.
That shit is a choice.
But it's not even about love. Yes, you're supposed to love your partner. Marriage is not about love. It's about God, destiny, and duty. Meaning, if you don't
serving,
if you don't know who you are in Christ, do not get married because you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing.
And that comes into play when y'all argue and you have conflicts and stuff. Y'all run into y'all friends and this and the internet.
You don't
and posting
but
stuff
keep
and all
in
that.
mind,
You're supposed to go pray about it when your wife pisses you off. Go pray.
Your marriage is supposed to be a ministry. So it's just like, if you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing on this earth, if you don't know, everybody loves purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, you're not supposed to be getting married. And this is some game that people don't know. You typically find your husband when you're within your purpose. That's when God sends them. When you're acting or for kingdom marriage.
But see, I thrive off stuff like that because it's like that's so exciting to know. Like, all right, when I step into really
purpose,
what I'm about to be doing, it's all gonna come.
Yes, because focus on you before you. Everybody be so, I want a husband this, I want a husband that, but you don't even know what you're supposed to be doing on this earth. Your husband's not gonna tell you, especially if he don't know.
Right. That nigga barely know for himself.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just like when you both are operating within your purpose, meaning he's in his purpose, you're in your purpose, whatever that looks like in that season. Because from personal experience, I know that
it's
changes.
Different. It varies for everybody.
It changes as the seasons change. When you're within your purpose and they're within their purpose, God will allow you to cross paths.
And it truly happens like that. It really does.
Everything
when I tell you, it truly happens like that. Experience, like I said,
on everything I love.
And then it could be, it's so crazy. Oh, it's so crazy. That's a whole nother thing to get into. That's a whole nother thing to get into.
That's what I'm saying.
It don't matter what your circumstances look like, and you be like, Lord, but this still, you still.
And it's all in His timing.
Yeah,
so it's just like, it might not look like what you want it to look like at that moment. But please trust and believe it. I'm not saying this from the Bible, or I'm not saying this from a sermon. I'm saying this from personal experience. When you are operating within your purpose, you will cross paths with your husband.
I promise you.
Or your wife.
I could agree with that too. I
right. And we're at different journeys.
And we're at completely different journeys, but I could say that. My journey looks completely different than yours, but I know that from my personal experience, I know that's true.
Right.
And then it's like, it's truly a thing where like, I promise you, you ain't even looking. You're not even looking for no type. I swear they just pop up.
Ooh, and that's probably the most annoying part.
And then I wasn't even worried about you. And now you got my emotions all annoying.
And now I gotta be like, now I know who you are. So now it's like,
but I will say, y'all, like when you know, it's different.
How I explain it.
I don't even know how to explain it. It's like just like this. When you find that person you want to try, because y'all be wanting to try to save dead ass relationship shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, no, hun, like I'm talking about the most healthiest. I want us to be the most healthiest. Let's have all these uncomfortable conversations because I want this to work.
And too, how you know a marriage is from God is when it's bigger than you.
Ooh, girl.
Like,
talk about bigger, because you be like, I don't know how just me, like I wouldn't be able to.
I mean, like, bigger than you as far as, like, our marriage is going to serve so many others.
Oh, facts.
It's not even about us.
It's not, It's
not, don't get me wrong, we are going to get the benefit of us being
facts,
together. But I promise you, it's not even about us. It's not about us. It's for us to show other people that this is real. This is real.
But I think that's what, especially in our generation, our society right now, we need more examples of that. Not the Instagram couples that take the pictures in front of the Rolls Royces and shit with the heels on. Not that.
Because it's all hard.
It
just because it comes from God. Wait, hold on.
Choice.
But just because it's coming from God also doesn't mean that it's not hard.
It's probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
And one thing,
but it's so
quick little game in between here, just for encouragement for those who might need it. If it tests your patience,
if it tests your patience,
usually that's how God is.
Oh, good Lord!
If it's testing your patience,
and when you find that one, they gonna be tap dancing,
literally
tap dancing on all your nerves.
What do you call that? What is it called?
Break dancing?
No, like Tommy climbing. What you call that?
Crump.
Yeah, crump. They crumping on your patience, like aggressively.
Real aggressive with the chest and everything. They push you back, stomping and they it's all of it though, because it pushes you to be a better person. Is what it is. It's pushing you
because relationships inspire you to do things you would have never done yourself.
Man, that's why it's so important. Y'all will know, and maybe now that it's vocalized now, maybe people know what to look for a little bit more. It feels natural. It's not forced. It's not something that you have to like fight for or feel like something that you have to like try to force somebody to see or manipulate. It ain't none of that.
One thing too is like, because with women especially, when it's something from God, even though the circumstances might not be how you want them to be, or they might seem in the physical and the natural, that they're not working out, you have a peace within your heart that's beyond understanding. So you're
Even
okay.
if you go.
You're okay with walking away.
Yeah.
Because, you
there's
know.
such an at ease feeling with that, too.
Yeah.
Like, maybe people, I really want people to tap into that. Like, become, like, understand, because there's such a, well, even if it don't work out,
then I know God,
then
whatever
I know,
God has in store for me.
Then I know, then if this ain't what I think is, I thought this was the best. So imagine what God got for me. If this ain't it, then, it's up and it's stuck. And I'm patiently waiting because what?
Yep.
Because, it's so beautiful.
Because if this is not what God has for me, then He has something better.
Better, yeah.
And if it is what God has for me, then it's coming back better.
Then He will be better, yes.
It will be, like, it's coming back better.
Yes.
So it's just like, that's always been my thought process, always been my philosophy. But when you get to the point to where you're so afraid to rock the boat because you don't want to lose the person,
yeah, that ain't it.
That's not from God.
Mm-mm.
That is not from God.
That's from the demon.
Right. And they're called counterfeits, actually. Like, when those people, and it's like when the people come around that, like, seem as if they're, because the enemy sent those. That's not from God. When they come around and see, like, oh my gosh, everything seems so perfect. Everything seems so this, so that. No, that's typically not from God. God, the person that God is sending you is going to challenge you, just like you're going to challenge them. They're gonna tap dance on them.
They're gonna be
in a different way.
On their nerves, on their patience.
They're
gonna challenge you in every aspect that you probably need to come up in. It may be communication. It may be commitment. It may be what else come with that? With relationships and shit.
And everything.
Everything. Anything that you lack in, if that's truly your person,
it's
they're gonna make you come up. You have no choice. You have no, whether it's, like I said, patience in any way, shape, or fashion. Even like I said, personal example. I'm a runner. I'm a track star. But when you meet somebody who you don't want to run from trauma. Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't think we start off like that. I think that had you not been what you've been through before, you wouldn't be such a runner. We run out of protection.
Yeah, facts.
We're trying to guard our hearts. We're trying to save ourselves from the heartbreak that we went through the last time.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me walk away now before I get in too deep.
But my point is
let me run away now before you hurt me.
Facts.
And it's just like, but when it's from God, you can't mess up what God has.
You don't, and it's a thing, like I said, it's a certain feeling. And I don't even know how to explain it. It's like, you don't want to run. Ain't no way, I'm not, you be like, as hard as this is, I don't want to do that. Yeah, you're like, I don't want to do that. I want to do different. I want to do something different. I want to, you know what I mean? It's just different, y'all. And that's my whole point of saying that I'm not saying that, obviously we all know when people get married, that doesn't mean that your world just becomes perfect all of a sudden. That's not what people are saying. Yeah. And I'm not, like I said, nobody's encouraging people to go marry a dumbass and then have kids by them and then, I was married and still didn't work and now look, I'm still divorced and I'm a single mom. Nobody's saying that. Obviously, you take your time, find the right partner.
No, not even find. Let God see.
Yes.
Stop looking.
Stop looking. Go find your purpose.
Stop looking.
Find that.
Right. Be so caught up in what you're doing that you don't even have time to worry about.
And I promise you that's when it comes. That's when promise you. And it don't matter. I promise you it does not matter what your circumstances look like. I promise you.
You probably encountered the person before.
Probably.
That's usually how it
goes. It is.
Because you're not looking.
I promise. No,
I can say that from experience.
Me too. Very much so. You'd be like, where the hell did you come from?
But you've been here this
whole time.
Where'd you come from? But I've seen you before.
Where did you come from? But you've been here this whole time.
I've seen you before.
And you've been here. And you've been here for years.
But I've seen you before.
Crazy. Man, when I tell y'all, if nobody's ever said it before, it's stop looking. And I promise you, I don't know when. We can't put no time or date on it. But I promise you it's going to happen.
Looking.
I promise you. Focus on you and your life. And
your relationship with God.
And when I say it does not matter the circumstances, meaning like it don't matter if you flat broke on your ass or if you rich at the mountaintop, the peak. It does not matter what your circumstances look like. It don't matter if you...
And that's a whole other thing too, because like with the being broke thing too, I want to speak on this real quick. So a lot of men feel like they have to be in a certain financial position before they can feel like they can be married, right? Or have a girlfriend or whatever the case may be, right? What people don't realize is with men, understand this, we are here to be, God placed us here to be helpmates.
Well, we're supposed to help y'all.
Right. So we're supposed to help you get to that destiny of having the money you have. You don't have to be there already.
Because realistically,
stop
that
blocking your blessings.
It's going to help you.
Get to the money you want to have.
When you find, because women are... Oh, here you go with the meme shit. But they say, there was a meme that said, finding a good woman is like printing your own money. And when I tell you, that's facts. And a good man too, because a good man is gonna push you. A good man is gonna push a good woman. Like y'all only gonna go up. It's only.
And one thing about women is we can multitask. So I can focus on what I got going on and still help you.
Right, y'all. So we actually gonna pause this right here and we're gonna pick it up in a part 2 because this is a whole much longer conversation. Plethora.
So make sure y'all stay tuned for part 2 that will be airing next week. And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, run up them views, them numbers, share, like, just spread this knowledge and love. Because that's all it is. Just a little bit of knowledge with a little bit of love in it. You know what I mean?
With a whole lot of truth.
Yeah, with a whole lot of truth. You know what I mean?
So yeah, thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all tune in next time. Thank you.